To create a report of students that you will be able to import into ExamView, go to Power Teacher and log in. When you're logged in, make sure you stay on the Start page and look for your classes to be listed. Choose a class that you'd like to start with. Go to the printer icon after that class and click. This will bring you to the Print Class Reports screen. Use the drop-down box to choose Elementary ExamView as your report and click Submit. This will take you to the report queue. You should find the word View, which is hyperlinked. If the word View is not hyperlinked, your report may not be completed. To show when your report is completed, click the Refresh button until your view is hyperlinked. Click the View hyperlink for your report. When your report appears on the screen, you'll want to minimize it so that it drops to the bottom of your screen and you are able to locate your ZenWorks window in order to open Microsoft Excel. With Microsoft Excel open, click back on your report and highlight all the student information, which should include first name, last name, and student ID. While hovering over a blue highlighted section, right-click to copy the information. Click on your Excel and right-click Paste. With all the students in Excel, our only concern at this time is all student information is listed in column A. We need the first name separated from the last name, separated from the student ID. To do this, click on the A to highlight column A. Go to the Data tab at the top of the screen and go to the Text to Columns. You'll want to keep the defaulted delimited setting and click Next. Instead of the delimiter being a tab, switch it to space. The preview at the bottom should show you the first name, last name, and student ID in separate columns. Click Next and Finish. At this point in time, you should see the first name, last name, and student ID in separate columns in your Excel sheet. The last step in preparing your report to import is to save it as, and we want the Save As type to be CSV or comma delimited. Name the file whatever you prefer. I'm going to call this one Homeroom because that was the class that I had chosen. And save this in your H drive ExamView folder for reference in case you need it at a later date. I'm going to click Save and OK. Yes and close. At this point in time, I do not need to make changes to the Homeroom CSV, so I'm going to click No. You can close out of this screen, and now we're ready to open ExamView Test Manager. I've already set my preferences in ExamView Test Manager So now I'm ready to start a new class. I'm going to fill in the class name as homeroom. And notice the other information is already filled in from my preferences settings. So now I click OK. At this point in time, I have a class with no students in it. To import the students, go to File, Import, Import Class Roster from Text. Now you should navigate to your H drive, ExamView folder, and see the homeroom file or Excel file that we had saved as a CSV. Click on it and open. You will have no other options here except to start a new import definition profile. Click OK. At this point, you should see your students in the window with the first student in your class in alphabetical order being on line 1. If you have headings in section 1, you can start the import at row 2, but always start the import number at the number where your first student is located. We've imported the first name and last name as separate fields or columns in our file, so we're going to leave the separate fields for first and last name selected. Click Next. Now we're going to match the fields in our file with the fields in the class. Allison is a first name, so I'm going to drag that to first name. Baker is the last name, so I drag and drop it to last name. This is the student ID, so I'm going to drag and drop it not only to student ID, but also to password. That will allow students to log into ExamView using their normal username and normal password. Notice we've used this with the field 1 from our spreadsheet, but if you click Next, it has aligned all the rest of the students from your spreadsheet also. Click Next and Finish. When asked do you want to save your import definition profile, say no. 19 student records have now been added to the class.